I remember being told emotion is the enemy of reason. Plato even describes this as two horses pulling in opposite directions. As a result, I grew up believing science was a pursuit of reason, a path achievable only by those who could cast aside those pesky emotions. But I'm an emotional person. I'm amazed by the world around me, terrified of the ice beneath me as I walk out on a frozen lake. I loathe the need to get up in the morning, and I mourn those hours of sleep I lose when working late on projects. I'm keenly aware of the food I eat, and I celebrate the times that I get to relax. I can't help but admire the people around me learning and doing amazing things. In fact, by Plato's definition, I would make a terrible scientist. And yet, here I am, a graduate student and a scientist, studying the changes of the seasons and wondering, how might human emotions change multiple people's perception of the same event? With this question in mind, PhenoCam was born. This quiet live stream allowed viewers to become scientists by watching the changing of the seasons, recording their observations, making comparisons with their previous experiences, and predicting what might happen in coming days. All questions were based in the reason and logic of the scientific method. But this live stream also asked viewers to highlight the emotions they felt while watching along. The following footage explores the emotions reported during this study, the frequency at which they were felt, and how these emotions connect people with science in a way that instills what I believe is the core component to any scientist: an innate sense of wonder.
It looks like a Star Wars Starfield Windows screensaver.
Last time was blue skies and clear. This is much more chaotic and dark.
It reminds me of shooting stars.
I can't see anything.
Nothing has changed.
It is desolate and bleak.
There are more paths from people walking by.
There is a stillness before the snow melts.
It reminds me the snow is very beautiful. I miss seeing it.
This reminds me of home.
It reminds me of the coming of spring.
The trees aren't covered with snow anymore. It's melting in spots.
It reminds me of the Disney movie Bambi when the seasons are changing from winter to spring.
It's darker, cloudier, and the lake ice is different.
It's darker and cloudier and quieter than before.
Last time I checked in, it was dark and snowy. Now it's clear and sunny with a patch of blue sky. What a complete difference 12 hours can make.
I see some animal tracks that I did not notice before.
It's about the same, but more of a springtime look to the sky.
The snow is starting to thin. Soon the ground will be visible again.
The angle of the sun is changing.
Maybe some springtime melt is on the way.
It also reminds me of a snowy painting.
It was super cloudy and gray out the last time I checked.
Oh, it reminds me of cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, hiking, ice fishing, and pond hockey well outside of town.
It reminds me of what I want to see. I love snow and I can't wait to see it one day.
Last time I visited the live stream, it was night. I can appreciate the colors much better now.
The frozen lake is very pretty today.
It's especially striking on sunny days.
I love the pine trees. It's my new face.
It reminds me of national park advertisements from the Northern Rockies. It's picture perfect stuff.
It reminds me of what it's like to travel north in the winter. For example, this scene looks very similar to what I've seen in Northern California and Southern Oregon in the wintertime.
It reminds me of winter. Living in the south of the UK, I've never seen so much snow.
My time living out west, both in Idaho and Washington, winter weather is so different out there than in Michigan, where I grew up and currently live. It took a while to get used to all the winter sunshine.
It's a really lovely snowy forest scene, which reminds me of the movies which take place in settings like this.
My childhood. It reminds me of home.
Being out on the lake in the springtime sun, waiting for the crust to firm up to skate skiing.
It reminds me of the view out in my cabin.
It was snowing heavily and nearly a whiteout last time I viewed this. Now it's clear, no wind, and the sun is setting.
Trips to nature.
Hiking in the winter.
It is sunnier and the snow has melted a bit. Lots more tracks.
Spring and peace.
It looks like something out of a storybook.
It's like the small mountain towns of Germany I remember as a child.
It's a Bob Ross painting.
It reminds me of a White Christmas movie.
It's like home during the winter when it's quiet and still outside.
It's quite honestly just a really peaceful scene. It looks cozy, especially with how bright the sky is and how small and fluffy the clouds are. The sky is very colorful, more than last time.
It's like a magical ice kingdom.
Some of the snow has melted.
Outer space.
It's also very serene looking, whereas my last visit to Phenocam was scary.
Love.
So how do average people become scientists? Here at the University of Idaho's McCall Field Campus, we teach students of all ages how to engage in science through place-based observation and field research. In the process, students are encouraged to observe and describe things using I notice, I wonder, and it reminds me of. But I was just as interested in the people as I was the phenological data. I found the observations recorded by viewers were often tied to memories or personal experiences they could compare that video with. All participants were able to connect the video to the emotions they felt, and viewers most often compared the live stream with other physical locations, specific events, or even memories they could draw from. Out of more than 80 responses, only 5 indicated no connection to their own experiences. Interestingly, those 5 responses were also the only ones who made no distinct observational notes about what they saw. Additionally, the only instances of emotional terror and loathing were recorded on participants' first or second time viewing. These both suggest the importance of our past experiences in understanding the present and how we process or understand changes happening around us. This, however, is not a revolutionary discovery. And admittedly, 80 responses is not enough participation to draw any relevant conclusions from. If nothing else, this project has shown me what helps drive people to pursue science with a sense of wonder. It is a curiosity for the unknown, the emotional connection felt from experiencing that unknown, and that spark of understanding born from connecting our personal past to the present, and hopefully expanding into deeper questions we might pursue in the future. But what do you think? Did this challenge your perceptions of science? Were the people who participated in this project scientists? Let me know what you think down below. And I want to give special thanks to the University of Idaho, my colleagues, professors, and more specifically to the online community who follow me, who volunteered their voices to this project. Without your help, I would have never been able to conceive of this project, let alone connect those emotions to the data that we observed. So thank you. You guys are all amazing, and I appreciate you so much.